Well, thanks for clicking through, and I have no doubt that this next few minutes you can be encouraged and challenged a little. So I was sitting with my friend and her new partner just a little while ago, and we were talking at length because she is a widower about 18 months ago, and he's a widower less than 12 months, and through a whole series, actually amazing story of how they came together. We were sitting in the kitchen table at the country town, in a country house, and we're talking, and this whole thing of permission came up yet again. I said, Steve, we want to sort of date more officially, but my son's girlfriend's cranky, and this person over here thinks this, and one of my colleagues at work is thinking this, and it's like we just can't do it. And I just said, hang on a sec, why are you giving them permission? Why are you allowing them to make the choices for you? And it's a really powerful thing, isn't it, when we think about it? Why do we give other people the ability to make the decisions for us? We're giving them permission. And so what they were doing was saying, we want this, but no one else, or these two people don't. Actually, in reality, everyone else was excited for them. I was excited for them. But they were waiting for the permission to come from others. As I said in the introduction of the last video, when you take back permission, you're really giving yourself three amazingly powerful outcomes. The first one is that you give yourself permission to be empowered. When you take permission back, as kids we got permission for this and we got permission for that, and this person didn't give me permission, so I can't do that and I can't do this. But as adults, and particularly those who are walking through a challenging time, we need to take that permission back because it empowers us. We feel empowered. When I take permission back, it's like, you mean I can do this? For my friends, I said, you take the permission. And they're like, but then we're going to be together. Great, be together. That is fantastic. Give yourself the empowering ability to make the decision. And when you give yourself permission that maybe you haven't been outside for months, maybe you haven't socialized for months because of the pain, because you're not sleeping, because you physically feel so sick, and all the things that comes with grief and the trauma of loss, and I get all of that. But I want to say above that, above it, is permission taking back. It's you saying, it's okay for me to get better. When you say that, you get empowered. You get empowered. The second thing, in some ways is similar, is about control. You see, when we give other people the power, we also give them the control. So all of a sudden, the things that we want to do, say, be, places we go, people we meet, maybe the routines we need to shift, maybe the photos we need to move around a little bit, maybe the adjustment of the house, the clothes, the way things look, the feel, where you live, where you holiday, all those things that now all of a sudden before you never even thought about, now it's so consuming and de-energizing. When you give yourself permission, you get the control to make the decisions you need to make. Yeah, they're still hard, I get that for sure. But taking back control, that control to say, you know what, what's right for me is that I don't go to that social event. I know you want me to go, but it's not right for me. Or the opposite, I haven't been, but you know what, what's right for me now at this stage is to go. And I'm not going to go for an hour. I know it's a 3-hour night, but I'm taking control back here. I'm going to go for 1 hour. You know what, right now I don't want those discussions, or I do want those discussions. Whatever it is, when you take back permission, you get the control. And that gives you such a quick win, it really does. And then the third thing is this whole idea of speeding up healing. I don't really like the term healing because it's sort of saying that you're sick, and in some ways we feel sick, hey, physically you can feel so sick. But it speeds up this ability to really get to the next step that we want to get to. That ability to maybe think with a little more clarity. That ability to make the decisions that are empowering and controlled, that will help me feel better. That will help those around me perhaps even step forward. It's amazing how much it builds momentum when we just say, I'm carrying the position. And of course there's a whole lot of things around that, isn't there? I mean, I'm saying as if, we just do this. Well, in some ways it isn't just do that. It is, you need to take permission. But to get from there, to get from that pain place where you don't sleep, where you're hurt, where you're sad all the time, or whatever it is that's going on for you right now, there's a whole lot of steps and keys that help. Yes, I agree, we're all unique and the way we do things is different, but it's not all different. There's a lot of common things that everyone that walks through grief seem to experience. Certainly what I've experienced personally in working with the thousands of people over the decades, that there are a lot of common things, and when you can learn those, when you can put them in place, boy, life's different. Life can be different for you. So I would love to actually help you discover those points, keys, journeys. And to do that, I want to invite you to make a bold move. And in some ways it's not bold at all, it's a really smart move. It's a great step, and that's to hit the button below that says schedule a time to catch up with Steve. And what I want to do is ring you, and I want to chat to you personally for about 20 minutes, and we're going to go through, in your situation, how you can go from where you are now, that paralyzing pain and horribleness that grief can bring, to a place where you do feel empowered, where you do feel in control, where the healing is taking place, when you're rediscovering who you are and what you can be, where life can again have colour. I really believe I can help you get there. So hit the button, let's chat. It'll cost you nothing, not 1 cent. And I'm going to give you a call and we'll talk about your situation. When you hit the button, there's a little form that I send you that you'll fill out that just gives me an overview of where you're at. It just saves us time on the phone, because when I ring you, I want to jump straight in and talk about your situation and just work through. It's amazing actually, and I believe it's a gift in that first 20 minutes, just what can come out that can really help. Hit the button, it'll be a great move.